Okay guys, this is the follow-up to our video where we took a look at our Unit 2 and our notes and our rest, as well as our flashcard assignment that you just hopefully looked at. It's the previous assignment to this. And what we're going to do here is we're going to fill in a note tree. If you think back to when you watched the video on introducing rhythm, I said that we were going to talk in a few days about the relationship between all of these notes. And so we're going to actually do a note tree. Now your assignment, your Google slide that you're going to be working with actually says notation tree. Notation just means the symbols used to write music, notes and rest. But we're doing the note tree, okay? So we're only going to use our notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how this works, what the relationship is among the notes, between the notes. And then you are going to have the exact same handout that you're going to basically fill in with notes. And I will do a separate video, a Screencastify, showing you how to do that on your Chromebook. But let's talk about our notes. We're going to start with the whole note. And if you want to look in your binder to look at your notes while I'm doing this, so you can be thinking, okay, a whole note, it gets 4 beats, that will help us out. Okay, so we're going to start with the whole note. Remember, a whole note gets 4 beats. Its value is 4. Now, if we were to cut a whole note into in half, it could be subdivided. Let me use a different color that's easy to see. It could be subdivided, and I probably need to make these a little bit wider, okay? By the way, the reason it's called a tree is because at the end it kind of is in the shape of a Christmas tree. Okay, so it can be cut in half into 2 half notes, okay? Because each half note is worth 2 beats, okay? So each whole note can be divided into 2 half notes. 2 plus 2 is 4, okay? Each half note can then be further divided into quarter notes. With quarter notes, each one of those, and I probably, so I have room, I'm going to do this. Each quarter note gets 1 beat, okay? So each half note can be divided into 2 notes, and those are our quarter notes. And each quarter note, I'm writing it in parentheses, gets 1 beat, okay? Now, let's take a look at how these relate. So each half note can be divided into 2 quarter notes, but then we can also look at the whole note. It can be divided into how many quarter notes? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quarter notes are the same value as a whole note, okay? Then we can divide each quarter note into 2 notes. Okay, you may have guessed what's coming next. That would be our 8th notes. So remember, an 8th note gets 1/2 of the beat. Remember, an 8th note has a flag on it. It's going to take me just a second to get this written down. If you want to write this down and copy this in your binder, this would probably come in handy when you go back to fill in the note tree assignment at the end of this, okay? Oops, I forgot to put a flag on it. Okay, so let's look at our relationships. So every quarter can be divided into 2 eighths. A half plus a half equals 1. Let's go up a level. Every half note can be divided into 4/8 notes which equal 2 beats, a half plus a half, plus a half plus a half equals 2, okay? Or each whole note can be divided into how many eighth notes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, I said that the names of the notes were based on the relationship to the whole note. It takes 8 eighth notes to be the same value as a whole note, to equal a whole note. That's why they're called eighth notes, okay? They're a half of the beat, okay? I mean, a half of a quarter note. Yeah, half of the beat, half of a quarter note. But that's how much they are worth. But it takes 8 of them to fill up the same value as a whole note, 4 beats, okay? 8 eighth notes is equivalent to 4 beats. 4 eighth notes is equivalent to 2 beats. 2 eighth notes is what we get when we get 1 beat, okay? And that's a really important thing that you need to remember. 2 eighth notes equal a beat, okay? And then we're gonna take this down one more level. If you need to pause the video and catch up with me as you're copying these down, please do. Okay, so every eighth note can be broken down into 2 notes. And that would be, you may have guessed it, the 16th note. Okay, I'm going to draw all my 16th notes out first. Remember, the 16th notes have 2 flags on them. Or if you see more than one connected together, it's 2 beams. Remember that word, B-E-A-M-S. Okay. Okay, and here, every 16th note is getting 1/4 of the beat. Every 16th note gets a quarter or 1/4 of 1 beat. Okay, so let's look at our relationships. Okay, so 1/8 note right here is equal to 2 16th notes. If we go up a level, it takes 4 16th notes, 4, 2, 3, 4 16th notes to equal 1 beat. And that's the other thing you need to remember, is that it takes 4 16th notes to get 1 beat. It takes 2 eighth notes to get 1 beat, 4 16th notes to get 1 beat. Okay, let's go up a step. 1/2 note is equal to 8 16th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 whole note is equal to how many 16th notes? Can you guess? It's 16.
Mr. Cole to the main office. Mr. Cole to the main office.
So 16 16th notes equal a whole note, or 4 beats. Remember, they're named based on their relationship to the whole note. So a 16th note gets a quarter of 1 beat, okay? But it takes 16 16th notes to equal a whole note, okay? Get this copied into your binder, and then you can use this for filling in your note tree that's part of this assignment.